So, recently Kendrick Lamar just dropped his 4th studio album titled Damn. And I will have a full video on that album in the future talking about my favourite tracks from it, but right now, let's just say I think it might actually be better than Good Kid Mad City, which was my favourite Kendrick project before. But is it possible that Kendrick already has another project coming a lot sooner than expected? It might just sound like a crazy, ridiculous fan theory, but there is some really strong evidence to support this, and we're going to discuss it in this really quick extra video for you guys because I found this really interesting. I'm not saying I believe it either way, but I just want to present you with the evidence and see what you think, and also add a little bit of my own theory into it. Also, shout out to my friend Khaled for telling me about this theory, so let's get right into talking about it. The first part of this I'm just gonna title the Jesus theory. So Kendrick released Damn today on Good Friday, which is the day that in the Bible Jesus was killed. He was then resurrected 3 days later on Easter Sunday. Kendrick Lamar also happens to die on this album, which is also peppered with some religious themes throughout. So is it really crazy to assume that 3 days later on Easter Sunday, Kendrick would release a new album paralleling the day that Jesus rose back from the dead and was resurrected? Jesus died on Good Friday, Kendrick releases his album where he dies inside the story of the album on Good Friday. It's not too crazy to see the parallels. I genuinely can't tell if it sounds crazy or not, to be honest, because when you think about it, Kendrick really does love to do all this symbolic shit, so who knows? But there is some more evidence out there, it's not just that. Then there are some tweets that were put out by Soundwave, a producer at Top Dog Entertainment, the label which Kendrick Lamar is under. When the album dropped, he tweeted out, "What if I told you that's not the official version?" This was strange enough, but then he proceeded to post a picture of Morpheus from The Matrix. Now think carefully about what Morpheus does in the Matrix movie, very carefully. He offers Neo 2 different coloured pills, a red one and a blue one. Now what does this mean? Well, we've got the metaphorical red pill album, this one being Damn, which showed Kendrick standing in front of a red brick wall. Now where's the quote-unquote blue pill album, if we're getting that? Now to add even more fuel to that fire, and even give more credibility to it, Kendrick actually changed his Spotify profile picture to him standing with a blue brick wall behind him. Now that is quite interesting. That really lent a lot of fire to the whole red pill, blue pill argument. And then on top of all that, there are also lyrics that can potentially back this up on his track The Heart Part 4, which was released to promote Damn. The specific lyrics in question are, "I said it's like that, dropped one classic, came right back, another classic right back, my next album, the whole industry on an ice pack, with TOC, you see the flames." See, he says he dropped one classic and came right back. Now this could be referring to Good Kid Mad City and To Pimp a Butterfly, or it could be making reference to Damn in this supposed new album. But the part that stands out the most to me is where he says, "My next album, the whole industry on an ice pack." Definitely referring to Damn. Then he says, "With TOC, you see the flames." Now people have speculated that TOC actually stands for the other color. Damn was the red album, and this next one will be the blue one, which is the other color. And this could make sense because what the fuck else does TOC mean? I don't think anyone really knows. Also adding a little bit more credibility to that is that the first track on Damn is called Blood. Blood is red, and it just keeps up that red theme a lot more. So I definitely think the red-blue album theory is quite interesting and quite convincing. Now I also have my own part of the theory, at least I think I have my own. And it's a very minor thing, but obviously, you know, Kendrick dies on the first track of this album. Then on the last track, he repeated the first line of the intro. So people assumed that this just meant that the album was looping around back to the start, so you could just listen to it, you know, you hear the first line of the first track on the last song and it just comes full circle. But what if this is actually not looping back to the first track, but is instead connecting to the next album, where he tells an alternate version of the story where he lives? I think that would be great, and that's my own personal theory behind it. So there you go, that's supposedly the info we have to support the fact that Kendrick will be releasing 2 albums within the very short span of 3 days. I thought it sounded ridiculous until I heard that theory, and honestly it sounds quite credible to me. I don't know if you guys think I'm crazy or not for believing this, but I honestly think there is some very interesting evidence behind this. And also, it's not really out of the question. If we think back just a few months, Future released 2 albums in the space of a week, so who knows? Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comments what you think. listening. Also, if you're new to my channel, I talk about rap a lot, not usually in videos like this, but mainly in a top 10 format, and also every Friday I do much more in-depth critiques. So subscribe if you want to see that, and also make sure to hit me up on all my social media, and that's on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter at CDTVProductions. I also have a Facebook, but I don't really use that. Thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you all again either later on tonight if I release this before my new Worst Rappers in the Game episode, or I'll see you on Tuesday if I release this after my Worst Rappers in the Game episode. Thank you for watching, guys, and this is CDTV Productions, signing out.